If you could spend a day at any school in the country and get all access to that program, which program are you picking? Naturally, I went like 3 different directions, but there is one that stands out above the rest. I would pick the Clemson Tigers. I would want to go and spend a day shadowing Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers. And I'll tell you why. For a guy that's been on the biggest stage for quite a while, I think Dabo Swinney is still misunderstood nationally. And I really think that there's a lot of him that is, a lot of what drives that program and fuels that program that's misunderstood. And so I'd want to be around it. If you ask me which guest I would love to have on Late Kick, Dabo Swinney's right at the top of the list. Because I don't think a lot of people look at the Clemson program and look at Dabo Swinney and actually know what it's about and what he's about. Now, everyone around Clemson would tell you that. I'm telling you that for different reasons, maybe, than even you Clemson fans. We both have our reasons. We both have the meaning behind what we're saying. To me, I think here's the way he struck me. The way Dabo has always struck me is there's a message that he's trying to get out, and there's something he's trying to convey. But he is so jaded, rightfully so, towards the national media apparatus, and he feels confrontational sometimes and adversarial sometimes with them, again, for good reason. And so eventually, it got to where he kind of put a veil up, and he's not letting you through it. And I would love to go through it. That's why I'd love to have him on the show. Open invitation anytime he wants it. But I would love to be able to see that, and I would love to hang out with him and be around that Clemson program, and there's no camera, like there's no mic, and you just get to observe, but you get open access to him. You get just open, honest dialogue. I think it would be eye-opening. I also think the way they go about it at Clemson is indeed different, and I would just love to observe that entire process operationally. I would love to be around that. They got good facilities up there. I'm sure they eat great. So there are a lot of different things about the Clemson program that I would love to have access to. But I also had 2 other ones, so I kind of broke the rules here. I would also love to check out Arkansas for some of the same reasons. Now, I don't think Pittman is misunderstood. I just don't think he is totally understood. I think there's a lot of mystery still for some folks out there. If you're in Richmond, Virginia, and you're a Virginia fan, or you're a Virginia Tech fan, or maybe you're, just kind of a general follower of the sport, but you only watch the major programs. You've heard Arkansas. You know of Arkansas. You know the mascot. You know they made a little noise this past year, but maybe you don't know what's making that program tick. I got a good feeling, I know, but I'd love to be around it. I'd love to be around Sam Pittman. How many guys that are head coaches in this sport would you just rather hang out with for a day above Sam Pittman? That's the kind of guy who feels like, he knows his way around a Cracker Barrel every bit as much as he knows his way around a locker room. He's the kind of guy that you really could bump into at Home Depot. Oh, look, that's Sam Pittman in the lumber section. It smells good here, and now it feels good. Look, there's my friend, Sam Pittman. I'd love to see myself around Arkansas for a day, and then because I'd love to see a program being built, I'd love to go to USC. I'd love to be around Lincoln Riley. Now, this is for entirely different reasons. All these guys are welcome on the show, of course, but I would love to be around Lincoln Riley because I would love to watch a coach and his staff as they first interact with their new program. So they're seeing what the old staff left behind. And I would love to get their raw, immediate reaction. I'd love to know what they think about the infrastructure. I'd love to know what they think about the administration, the booster culture, the strength and conditioning program, the facilities, the roster, most of all. I would love to be around them and watch them as they assess the different parts of their program, and they give credit here and they just trash this there. I'd love to witness that. I could do it with Brian Kelly at LSU right now. I could do it with Venables at Oklahoma. I doubt Brent Venables has a whole lot of complaining to do at Oklahoma, but stands to reason. I'd love to have access. Really, any of these new coaches, it could be my answer there to the third part. But you give me access to Clemson or Arkansas or USC, I'd be happy. I'd go any direction there.